Good morning and welcome to another video. This is part 8. Everything will be in my playlist below, and this is number 8. As you can see, we have already done the Bob Ross, which was in the previous video. So today we will be making the corners of the nail commis scene. Everything will be explained further on. So we're going to take a nail form backing and we're going to measure up the tips of the walls that we need. So these are the nails that I did in part 1 and the display that I did in part 1, and I'm just measuring up what size I need for the walls. Everything I use will be in the link box below. It is all from Nail Commis, not sponsored, not affiliated. I just use them because I love them. So as you can see, I'm just measuring up on my form. I'm going to draw out the guides of what I need on the back of the nail form backing so that it transfers through to the front, so I'm able to work on the slippy surface so that my gel won't stick. I will then go in with a permanent marker and just define those lines so that I can see them. Yes, I am using a file here. I couldn't find my ruler, so I decided to use a file. It's got a straight edge. It works the same. So as you can see, I can sort of see through the backing, so I'm just going to go in with my permanent marker. So as I said, this is a demonstration for a competition for box art, nail art competitions. I will be showing you how to do techniques. I'm doing a scene from Nail Commis as if you were going to Nail Commis HQ. So as you saw there, I'm using my Aura gel, which is the Nail Commis polygel, my spatula and brush, and the acrylic brush. And I'm just going to take some gel and I'm going to place it in the first square that I need. I'm going to take it and flatten it down with some isopropyl alcohol and just flatten it off into that section that I've created with the pen, so that I have a guide to go by. So I continuously use the isopropyl alcohol. You don't need to soak it, you just need to moisten it. As you can see, I'm dabbing it off, the excess off onto some kitchen paper, and now I'm going to go in with my acrylic brush and just flatten it out further. I find that this is a better technique to get a flatter surface, so there's less filing, and all I have to do is flatten it out with the bigger brush. It's specifically used for this brush. It's not it's actually used for acrylic, not gel, but I found that I don't work with acrylic, so I find that this is a better way. I also straighten up the edges and make sure that there's less filing for me to do, because not everybody likes filing. I just thought I'd also add, I hope you all are well and staying safe. I'm just taking this off the backing paper, and it needs cleaning and taking off that residue, the excess residue of the gel with isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going in with the second section, and I needed a little bit more than that, so I added more. So yes, I hope you're all staying safe. This is the third lockdown for us, so I've no clients, so I'm doing a demonstration video. I hope this video finds you all well. Yeah, things are just a bit rubbish at the moment, and I'm missing my clients, and yeah, not much to do, so I'm doing this video. I do have an autistic son at home, so that's always fun. I did mention previously in my last videos that I didn't do any videos over New Year and Christmas because obviously I was rushing to get everybody in, all my clients, and then we had lockdown, and with an autistic son at home, it's not easy to get voiceovers done when your child is screaming and screeching in the background. So I do apologise for the absence. I do hope you all had a lovely Christmas, even though we couldn't spend it with family. So as you saw there, I'm taking off the residue with isopropyl alcohol, and now I'm just neatening up those edges with the file and making sure that I've got a smoother surface. I did realise later on that one that I just did, it had a big chunk missing out of it, so it doesn't really matter, it's not going to get seen, so don't worry about it. So I've done this with the second one, and I am just cleaning off the edges and wiping down. So I'm measuring up to make sure I've got the size right and what I want for the design that I'm doing, and I'm going to make I'm going to make one of each one now, as I'm saying there. So I make two, as you see there. So this is going to be the back of the display that I'm doing. Now in the Nailchemy world, I say Nailchemy world, in the Nailchemy lives on the Facebook and stuff, they joke about the favourite colours that everybody has, and the ambassadors and the owners of Nailchemy have certain corners that they like. So Laura likes the green corner, although she's swaying towards pink at the moment. Dave and Carmel are blue, and so is Carla. Hayley is red, she loves red colours. Jode is pink, Helen is yellow, and Tony and Sophia are purple, according to the information that I have. So I'm going to use lupin for the blue corner, which is every Nailchemy's favourite colour. Ritual, dragon fruit for the pink, and gillyweed for the green, which is one of my favourite greens. Over the top of these, I'm going to use water for lupin, fire for ritual, air for dragon fruit, and earth for gillyweed. These are the Ancient Elements collections, and they are beautiful iridescent colours that shift different colours depending on the colour underneath. So we're going to go with gillyweed, and we're going to put 2 coats of that on and cure in between for 30 seconds. I've put these on the stands that you can get from Nailchemy with some blue tack, and I'm just going to paint each one with a coat of each colour. So yes, as I was saying, the Nailchemy family have different colours that we all love, as we are all different, we all like different colours, but in the Nailchemy world there are certain corners that it's not a singling out thing, it's just if you prefer different colours. So we have the blue corner. I am a blue girl and I love purple as well, but I absolutely love blue. So I wanted to sort of give this look for each of the backgrounds. So I wanted to paint each corner of the room the scene that I am doing and give the ambassadors their own colour, their own corner, and just sort of acknowledge them as a brilliant team and a brilliant company. Sorry, I can't speak this morning. So I wanted to sort of unify them as one wall but different colours, and it was kind of my homage to the Nailchemy team. As I said before, I'm not sponsored, not affiliated. I just love Nailchemy. I've used these colours and this company for 3-4 years now, and I have nothing bad to say about them. They're a fantastic company, fantastic team. I do rave on about them throughout these videos, and they are just a brilliant company to work with, should I say. I'm not paid by them yet. Not yet. Hopefully an educator one day. So there you can see that I was using the stands and the blue tack just to sort of secure them in place so that I could put them in the lamp and I wasn't touching them all the time. So now I'm going in with the red for Hayley. Hayley is a red girl and absolutely loves red. So I'll let you watch this, like I said, and we'll get on to the next bit. That blue is just stunning. I absolutely love looping, and I believe it's water over the top. So as you can see, it's starting to come together, and there the walls, the 4 walls that are going to create the backdrop for my scene. So we're going to take red and my 10mm liner brush, my artisan paints in my artisan nail chemie palette, artisan black, and the brush. I did that all out of order, oopsie daisy. And this is where it gets fantastic, because I'm not great at fine lines, but this brush makes it effortless. It absolutely is effortless. So I'm going to write Hayley across this scene, and at the end of this video I'm going to show you the scene that I do for Hayley and what she's taught me and what Hayley signifies to me as a company and stuff. So throughout all of this I'm doing Hayley for the red, Laura for the green, Dave and Carmel for blue, and green for Laura. I then do go in later on and do Helen in yellow and Tony and Sophia in purple. So I'll let you watch this. This brush is just amazing, an amazing brush, and I cannot do fine lines, but this just made it so much easier. I do also clean up any of the lines that I've made a bit of a mess with, and I clean it up with isopropyl alcohol on a brush. And I'm also note that these paints are LED and UV curable, and they need to be cured for 60 seconds in the lamp because they're so highly pigmented. So I'm going to go on with Laura, and then the blue, and then the pink. So I'm just finishing off Jode here for the pink, and as you can see there's that tiny little bit of notch cut out, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to take the form that I've done before, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing and do some smaller squares for the other walls. So these are going to be at the front of the scene, so it's sort of guiding your eye into the scene. And these are for the other 3 ambassadors as well. Cleaning off the residue of the gel with isopropyl alcohol, and then I'm going to paint them purple for witch hazel in purple, and then I believe it's toxic yellow for the yellow. I believe it is toxic. Oh, I can't. It was on the screen. So it's this beautiful sunshine yellow. So yeah, and I put 2 coats of that on, and then put 1 coat on, cured for 30 seconds, and then another coat and then in the lamp for 30 seconds. And then I go back in with the Ancient Elements collection, and I believe I use fire for the yellow because it has little yellow flecks in it, so it worked really well. And I can't remember what I did for the purple one. I think I used air, because it's got bluey purple tones in it, as you can see there. and it worked really beautifully. These ancient element collections are absolutely stunning. They work on any colour. I find that if you match the colour underneath or in the main colour, it works beautifully. And then fire, yeah, it was for the yellow, and it's got like orange tones in it as well, so it worked really well for the red because it had reddy tones in it, and also worked beautifully on the yellow because it gave this sort of gold look. It was beautiful. So then I'm going to hand paint Tony and Sophia for the purple corner, and then Helen on the yellow. So there are the corners that I'm doing, and the scene. I did actually add Carla in on the blue later on. So yeah, and that's them nearly finished. So I'm going to velvet matte top coat them. One, because I was doing something else, like I said, my son's at home, so I didn't want the sticky layer attracting dust and fluff, so I just did that. This is a sort of idea of what I was going for, although the purple and the yellow are going to go at the front instead of on top of the blue and the red. So now we're going to go on with Hayley's corner, so the red corner, and Hayley has taught me a lot throughout Nail Alchemy, and we do a lot of play dates before COVID and stuff like that. So I'm taking my artisan paints, I believe that was mauve, and Hayley, not only have I learnt one stroke from Carol Hailstone and Sam Biddle, but Hayley does a lot of one stroke courses as well. So this is my one stroke brush, which I absolutely love and is my favourite brush in the entire world. And I do a in-depth video on how to do one stroking on the table in one of my other videos. So you blend the lighter colour and the darker colour together to create a lovely seamless blend between either, say, white and pink as I'm doing here, and you blend them on your palette and then you create some flowers. So as I was saying, Hayley has taught, does a lot of classes on one stroking. She's absolutely brilliant and she doesn't give herself enough credit. She's a phenomenal artist. So to me, Hayley means flowers, one stroke flowers, and penguins, of course, because at Christmas we always used to do, before lockdown, we used to do play days where she taught us how to do reindeers, snowflakes and penguins, and that's always stuck in my mind. So this piece that I'm doing isn't for a competition, it's an example of a competition, and the better way that I could describe this is that, you know, this company is not only a family, it's a great big family. You can go to their Facebook page, which is Nail Alchemy Limited. You don't have to be a trained nail tech to log onto their page through Facebook, and you can watch their lives, but to buy their products you either need to be in training or a trained qualified nail tech. So I wanted as an example to show you what the products the products that you can get from Nail Alchemy and what you can do with those products, and this is what these videos are all about, and it's a demonstration and also a homage to I believe that's the correct word, to Nail Alchemy, and saying, look, you are an amazing company, thank you for everything you've given me. So each corner is going to represent each person and what they have taught me throughout the years of knowing this company.
Well, I don't wanna be on the mic with all these words that I think are right, and I'm a child of details, and when I pin it, it's heads, not tails. Don't you think I lick my wounds, played this game and played the fools? Don't you think that I say la vie? Easy come and easy go. I'll go high when you go low. Don't you think that I say la vie? And I don't wanna be out of sight. The way I look fills me. Well, I don't wanna be on the mic with all these words that I think are right, and I'm a child of details, and when I pin it, it's heads, not tails. Don't you think I lick my wounds, played this game and played the fools? Don't you think that I say la vie? Easy come and easy go. I'll go high when you go low. Don't you think that I say la vie? And I don't wanna be out of sight. The way I look fills me with fright. And I don't wanna be left out at night when I can't see everything that ain't right. I don't wanna be a rodeo. She'll lasso me up and off we go. And I fell in love with Annalise. She is the only girl who's ever been nice to me. She is my own little personal goat. She'll pick me up and drop me off, write me notes. She don't want me writing telegrams. I'll spell our names right here in the sand. She don't wanna be my everything, but she is, and she was the best of me. I fell
So I was struggling a little bit with the leaves. I've got carpal tunnel syndrome in my wrists and really poor wrists, so I was really struggling. And you can do one stroke with leaves in one stroke, but I'm not actually that great at doing them. But I found a better technique where you paint the green bit and then you sort of highlight in yellow, and then you look at a leaf, see how it works and stuff. It's not going for direct realism here, but it's to give the illusion, and basically it's at a distance or wherever you are to look at. I also showed there, I put on some base coat or top coat, I can't remember which, and I diluted it to give the effect of the stem and the leaves, but also to clean your brush. These brushes aren't suitable for isopropyl alcohol or acetone, so you clean your brushes in base coat or top coat, whichever one it works best. So I'm going in here with some highlights and yellows and stuff, and I did the same with the flowers. I just sort of highlighted and low lighted it with the different colours that I was using, different tones of the colour. So I'm now taking my white and just highlighting around the petals that are going to catch the light of the flower. So I'm taking my gel art brush, and this is one thing that's stuck with me forever, is the penguins that Hayley helps create for everybody. And you're supposed to start with an M for mother for the white, and then do an N for November for the black. But I'd done it all back to front and my head was nowhere at the time. And then you do the little flippers. So anyway, this is another way of doing it. So you create an N shape or a U, whichever, and then create little triangles for the flippers or the wings, whichever, for this penguins. You cure that for 60 seconds, and then go in with your white, and then you go in and create the front of the penguin. I don't know why I've done it this way around. I think I'm out of practice and completely forgot. So you do 2 coats of the white, curing in between for 60 seconds because nail chemie paints are highly pigmented. I'm going to take my fine liner brush, which I was trying to show you there, and my black, and I'm going to do more detailing to the penguin. So I'm going to do the little corners of, well, the little triangular shape on the top of his head, and sort of redefine his body and create some eyes as well. So I'm just sort of giving him a little bit more shape and dimension to his flippers and stuff. Now I'm creating his eyes with my dotting tool. I then go in with some white artisan after curing that and do a little blob, and then I go in with green to give them little green eyes. But I don't think I achieved the effect that I was going for, but it still looked cute in the end. Now I'm going in with orange and creating the beak. I did slip up at one point and I got some isopropyl alcohol on a brush and I just cleaned up the edges because I think I took a little bit too much orange and it was a bit stringy, and I ended up with it all over his face. So yeah, here I'm just cleaning up the edge with some isopropyl alcohol. I then cure that for 60 seconds. Now I've mixed up some white and black and created a grey colour, so I'm just creating little tufts for the penguin just to give him a little bit more dimension and sort of separate the wings from the body and stuff, and just sort of create the young plumage of a penguin. So the young penguins, not old penguins. And then I blended it out with a brush that was soaked in isopropyl alcohol that was clean, and I just sort of feathered that out and blended that out a little bit more. And I was just touching up the white there just a little bit more, and cured for a full 60 seconds. Now I'm going to go in and paint some more flowers, but I'm going to do them in blue because I know that Haley does like blue as well. So I've got my blue and my white, and I'm going to blend those two colours together, and I'm just going to create, I think it's 3 just normal flowers. I was completely out of practice of doing flowers, which was why I was a bit like, they're not as brilliant as my normal ones. I'm not used to doing flowers because obviously it's been Christmas. But I absolutely love one stroke. It's a brilliant technique to learn and to have. And like I said, you don't actually have to be a qualified nail tech to join the Nail Chemie group, and you could just practice this and learn this before you become qualified. It's a lovely technique to have, and every single one of my clients love them. And then you can use one stroke in everything. You can do one stroke butterflies. I believe you can do one stroke flowers, and no, you can do one stroke flowers, but you can do one stroke, oh, what am I thinking? Animals. Carol Hailstone does some beautiful one stroke, and I'm just in awe of her work. So yeah, I'm just putting all the detail to the flowers and the curls and the ruffles that appear in nature on flowers, and just finishing that off there. So I'm just adding all the final details and the darkness to the flowers and the centres of the flowers and the highlights to the flowers, and I was just diluting my paint, not adding more paint, just putting some non-white top coat on the palette and just diluting that colour slightly, just to create some depth and dimension. And then I'm going in with the white and just adding a little bit more sunlight to it and a little bit more dimension to those flowers. And you can see that this part really brings the flowers out and makes them stand out and pop, and it creates those ruffles in the centre of those flowers, and they're absolutely stunning. I do love one stroke, it's a beautiful technique to have. And that's the Healy corner done. I'm just going to hocus pocus that, which is the holographic non-wipe top coat, and I was trying to get the shot to show how beautiful this top coat is. So yeah, it's absolutely stunning, and put that in the lamp for 30 seconds and that corner, the red corner, is done. I have 5 more to do. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, please like and subscribe, and take care. Bye guys.